and welcome to our next hoodie session. Today we are going to learn how to make our hood. I just have a few things that you need to get ready before we start. To make the hood for our hoodie, we need the following things. So we need the fleece that you cut out last week, so 2 pieces of fleece for the hood. We're also going to make a lining for our hood, so you need to have about 60 centimeters of the jersey fabric that you were given. We also need the hood pattern again. You also need a shoelace, so this is going to make the drawstring of our hoodie. You need 2 eyelets, as well as the eyelet tool, which looks like that, which should have come in the pack. And you also need a hammer or a mallet to bash the eyelets in with. First thing, we are going to trace around our hood pattern so that we can create a lining for our hood. We now need to take the pattern off, pin the 2 layers together and then cut out the hood. These are the pieces for the outside of the hood. So we have 2 pieces that are on top of each other, right sides together. So this edge here is our neck edge, which is curvy. We have the long straight edge here, which is the opening of the hood. So this is where the face comes through. And then we have the curved edge, which is the back of the hood. The next step is that we need to mark a little point where our eyelets are going to go through. To do this, you need to measure onto your hood so that you can find the right spot. So we are going to measure in 3 centimeters and then up 5 centimeters and put a little mark. Once you have measured in 3 and up 5, we need to transfer that point to the other side of our hood. So all we need to do is pop a pin through that spot that we've marked, flip the whole thing over, and then just mark where that pin's coming through, and that will accurately mark where the second eyelet needs to go. Now you can see that we have both points marked on our hood that show us where the eyelets need to be placed. Hi there. The reason why I'm down on the floor is because we now need to put our eyelets into our hood, and I don't want to damage the table by bashing on it. So we already have our points marked here for where our eyelets are going to go. The next step is to pierce those points with something sharp. So you can either use scissors or you can use an awl, which is perfect for this job. So you just push it through at the points that we have marked on both sides. First thing we need to do is put the large side of the eyelet through from the front of the hood. So I'm looking at the good side here. So all you need to do is push your eyelets through the hole that you've made. That. And then like that. Okay, so your eyelet should now be in the hole and look something like that. Now turn each hood piece over so you're looking at the wrong side. Over the eyelets that you've just pushed through, we're going to put the second piece on. So the little ring that looks like that now slots over the top. Now we get our eyelet tool and we place it into the eyelet. Then we get our hammer and we just bash down on the tool. And then same for the other side. Once the eyelets are in position, get the small end of the tool and just place it on the back of the eyelet. Then get the tool that you've already used, place it into the eyelet and hammer it in. Then just do the same for the other side. We now have our hood pieces ready to overlock. So we have our two outside pieces and we have our two lining pieces. We're going to overlock the curved edges. So this edge here and also this edge here. First I'm going to overlock the outside of the hood. So we have our pieces right sides together and I'm going to overlock this curved edge here. Now I'm going to overlock the lining of the hood. So I have right sides together and I'm going to overlock this curved edge. Now you should have the outside of your hood as well as the lining for your hood. What we're going to do is put Now we need to pin the two hoods together, right sides together, around the front edges. Now that our hood is pinned together, right sides together, we're going to sew around the front opening of our hood with a 1 centimetre seam allowance. The next step is to understitch on our lining side 2 mils out from the seam that we've just sewn. Push your lining inside the hood and we're going to give it a light press around that front edge. The hood for our hoodie is now nearly finished. One of the last steps is to sew a channel 3 centimetres from the front edge of our hoodie. I've decided to mark the 3 centimetres using pins, just so that I don't put a permanent mark onto the white fabric. So I'm now ready to sew my channel. I am sewing the channel 3 centimetres from the folded edge. My hood is all sewn up, ready for the drawstring. So I'm just using a shoelace and I'm going to thread it through the eyelet and then through the channel that I've just sewn. Now your hood is done and it's ready to attach to the body of the hoodie.